Hi, this is Angel from Ninth House Collective. Thank you for joining me for Monday Meditation, where I use that meditation to take a look at the general energy for the upcoming week. Right now, we're going to be working with my earth sign, so that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn friends, right? So what I like to do is I pull a card that gives me the general theme for all of my earth signs, and then I dive a little deeper and pull one card for each zodiac sign, and also an oracle card for each zodiac sign. And I like to look at what energy centers or chakras might need some nurturing, and that's kind of what I do. And we are going to jump right into my earth signs. And for your theme this week, you guys got the Five of Wands in reverse, right? So the Five of Wands is really in reverse is my inner conflict card, right? It suggests that we've been struggling or having some kind of internal conflict. Now, this can be about, kind of broad, big concepts. So it could be around things like environmental issues, abortion, etc. And it's kind of like a conflict of where you stand and how you feel about those things, right? But it can also suggest on a more personal level an internal conflict around things like relationships or jobs, etc. It could even be something like personal development, some kind of habit we're trying to kick, or some kind of internal conflict that we are having. So this card really can indicate avoidance as well in its reverse position. So if that resonates for you guys, ask yourself, what needs your attention right now? What is the conflict that you really need to resolve? Now, the Five of Wands being in reverse indicates that this is almost coming to an end, right? So this is a time where, especially if you've had a prolonged struggle, something that you've really been kind of stuck in that energy, that inner conflict, this really speaks to this energy is about ready to shift, right? You're about ready to resolve that. So again, inner conflicts and avoidance. Ask yourselves, what is it that needs my attention so that I can really move through whatever inner conflict and how it resonates for each and every one of you? Okay, next up, after drawing the theme, I drew cards individually, and I started with my Taurus friends, and you guys got the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups, if you see the picture, it has all the little cups stacked up, but it looks like one is missing, and that's kind of how I see this card, right? It's kind of a time where we feel like something is missing, right? It can literally mean like walking away from a job or from a relationship. But this card is about, a time to kind of withdraw and get over something that may be a disappointment or something that feels like getting over or figuring out what it is that feels not whole, so to speak. It can literally mean walking away from a job or a relationship, but there's like a sadness around it, right? So with the Eight of Cups, even though it feels like something is missing, it can indicate that we really feel like we've put a lot of like blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of effort. We've had the best intentions, but it is a time to kind of go on a inner journey and figure out what it is that we need to release, right? Something that we've given a lot of attention to, put our best efforts into. Sometimes there's just sadness when it's time to let go of a certain situation, a certain job, a certain friendship, etc. So this card, the Eight of Cups, really calls on you to figure out what brings you joy, right? It's really a time to just realign with your goals and your values, and a time to get clear on what it is that feels like it's missing or off, right? And since the theme was about an internal conflict, I'm really seeing this as a call on you to go within and really realign and figure out what it is that is ready to be released, so that you can kind of fill in that missing piece, figure out what that is for you and how to bring joy back into your life. So with my healing deck, the card that showed up for you guys and the center that I'm feeling is your third eye center. So our third eye is really about clear seeing, right? So with this missing piece or this feeling like maybe something is off and something is missing, take some time. The best way to nurture our third eye is through meditation. And the card that presented for my healing deck reads as such: in silence, we most readily preserve our integrity. Our soul thrives on silence. From deep inside, you receive your most certain guidance and instruction. In silence, you are without distractions. This is why we fear silence. We fear its power. Enjoy quiet meditation today. So really take some time. Like this card, the Eight of Cups suggests, it feels like something's missing. It's time to kind of retreat and withdraw so that we can realign our goals and our values moving forward, right? And this is a way to kind of work through that inner conflict for the theme that showed up this week. Moving next, we drew the Lover's card in reverse came out for my Virgo friends. So this card, the Lover's card in its upright position is all about really like relationships and stuff being imbalanced and flowing and harmonious, right? But since this theme this week showed up, inner conflict, it's interesting that this card did show in its reverse position, because in its reverse position, it really speaks to us about getting raw and honest with ourselves, right? It speaks to self-love. It can speak to imbalances within our relationships and just kind of feeling out of sync within some of our relationships at the moment. It can also just speak to how it is that we honor and respect ourselves, right? It's kind of a self-love card. How you fill up your cup, how you get raw and honest with how you really love and respect yourself. So this is a time when this card shows up in reverse, that some of my Virgo friends may be facing some difficult choices that could have, some like long-term consequences. So this card really tells you to kind of slow down, take a step back, get raw and honest with yourself so that you can choose an aligned path, right? And if this struggle, it doesn't have to be with external relationships. It can just be with an internal struggle, right? So we're being asked to let go of some kind of inner conflict is what's showing up this week, and to make sure that we just kind of align ourselves. If it resonates for my Virgo friends that this is more of an internal conflict rather than external relationships, this card can also indicate a great time to kind of seek out a mentor or a therapist to really help you get clear and aligned before making any big decisions. The healing card and the center that I'm going to have my Virgo friends focus on this week, you guys look like you're needing some, which isn't surprising based on the Lover's reverse, heart chakra and grounding, right? So our heart chakra is about self-love, and it's really balanced love of ourselves and love of others, our compassion and that. And the red center, our root chakra, is about safety and security, right? So sometimes when we have big decisions to make and we're working through some internal conflicts, grounding is a really good thing to do to keep us kind of feeling safe and balanced as we move through this energy. And your card this week for my Virgos reads, "It's never too late to create a new body and mind. Even the slightest change in your diet can generate a new body and a fresh mind. Avoid eating anything today that creates conflict within you. Observe how instantly your body manifests a grateful feeling." That Lover's card in reverse is really about self-care and filling up our cups and getting clear and raw and honest with ourselves, how we can bring about our most happiness. So I love that this is, the Oracle card kind of backed that up, right? So it's talking about really treating your body and your mind well, feeding it good foods, feeding it good thoughts. So that's what I have for my Virgo friends. So to move through that inner conflict, look at what maybe we've been avoiding, what it is we need to address within our lives, get raw and honest with ourselves. And my Virgos, you've got grounding root chakra and also some healing around your heart chakra. So nurture those centers this week. And finally, I drew a card for my Capricorn friends, and you guys, you got the Eight of Pentacles. So this is my card about hard work and working on ourselves, really pouring into ourselves with skill development, etc., right? This card is, about working towards mastery at something, right? So this indicates a time where you're really working hard and improving. And it can also ask you to look at ways to further your education during this time, right? So if we have some kind of internal conflict we're working on, something that we've been avoiding, maybe we're avoiding investing in ourselves. And that's how we can kind of push through the energy of that Five of Wands in reversed, right? This is a time when the Seven of Pentacles shows up to really invest in yourself, right? So this card asks you to look where you can invest, how you can improve, and to really, it just encourages you to keep doing all the hard work that you already have been putting in so that you can continue to learn and grow and work towards mastery over something within your physical realm. Typically like our work, our career, but it could be lots of things within our physical world, working at our health, but just keep doing the work. Time for expansion, education, and really leaning into learning and continuing on and investing within yourself. And you guys, I'm going to say your sacral chakra this week. That is our center for really, creativity as well as bringing in pleasure. So take this time, invest in yourself, work on that sacral chakra. And the message that presented for you guys, my Capricorn friends this week reads, life is a circle from childhood to childhood. Childhood to childhood means a spiral of new beginnings. Relationships begin anew every day. Give your attention today to renewing a relationship, initiating another spiral of life into life that you share with someone. All right, guys, that is the message with some general energy things to focus on this week. Again, for my earth signs, starting with my Taurus, your third eye, my Virgos, lean into your heart center and grounding this week. And for my Capricorns, lean into your sacral chakra. All right, guys, have a great week, and I'll catch you next Monday.